Okay, I think we good. Bam. I did it! Hooray! So it looks like we already got a hammer for Willow. Cat looks to be going to do the typical lumberjack area check. Willow grabbing some bombs. Ooh, nice. Gets a full magic from one of the blue guards. And our tree pull for today is gonna be some small magic. Well, that's not what Cat was hoping for. We're looking for some early bombs here, maybe some rupees, so that we can get a couple of items in Kakariko easier. Alright, Lumberjack is a boomerang. Nice. Boomerang is in fact pretty good. Didn't happen to catch what was in the library, though. Oh, never mind. Looks like I get to catch it again. Ether. Oh, a sword! We got a sword for Cat. First sword of the game in Lost Woods. Early sword is always pretty handy. It's nice to have when you're going through things like Hyrule Castle and Eastern, and looks like we have the Ice Rod as well. Early Ice Rod. So that's one less item we're going to be hunting around for later. One of the more challenging items to find in the game. It is only required for one location, so it can pretty much be almost anywhere. It's one of those pain in the butts. Alright, Willow unfortunately not getting the chicken clip. Not gonna cost any extra time there, but unfortunate. So welcome to Crowd Control. This is a interactive extension that you can use for playing with the game. If you would like, you can help or hinder the players by grabbing coins and giving them bombs, taking their coins, making them you know, have some ice physics, you know, other cool things. Willow is sitting in the Blind's hut waiting for some handy bombs. So maybe we'll see if we can give a bomb. There you go. So you can do some cool effects, give players items, remove items, or well, remove I guess armor, not armory. What is that called? Like ammo? Yeah, remove ammo and rupees, not physical items. You can't remove their bombos or their hammer or sword, etc. But you are able to do cool things like ice physics, one-hit KO, and other things like that. You can, in fact, debuff the sword. That is true. So what you need to do if you want to participate is just open up the crowd control extension on the screen and hit the effects tab. At the top of the screen there will be two profile pictures that you can select. That's how you determine who you're sending stuff to, who you're giving your effects to. And yeah, you know, once they get a bottle, you're gonna be able to fill their bottles. Also, Willow activating that flute pretty early. I don't know. How many times can we make Willow come back and see the duck? You like that duck music? Well, you can hear it multiple times. So it looks like we have, I think it was Eastern is Red Crystal, and Tower of Hera I think was Red Pendant, and Desert Palace was just a regular crystal. So we have one red crystal already found. There's 2 red crystals required in order to access a check in the game. Pyramid Fairy. So it looks like both of our runners are going to be getting that Master Sword early on, which, you know, can possibly mean a couple things. First, it is one step closer to Aga Tower, which is good. You know, more of the game to see. And looks like Kat is gonna be heading down towards the race game as well. Check in in the library, finding out that there is a nice fancy ether tablet sitting up on the ledge. So typically in these links to the past randomizers, you'll find that the players will they all start going different ways, but they kind of end up, you know, redoing things that the other has done, and it kind of gets to an interesting point where they're both doing the same thing. So I'll be curious to see where they end up meeting up. Looks like it's the dam. You can see them just you know, high-fiving on the way out. Alright, so what we're gonna find out, ooh, half magic. That's gonna be pretty nice. Half magic is a nice thing to find, especially in a crowd control. That way, if they happen to get gifted, you know, Cane of Burna, one of my favorite items, then, you know, if you happen to get gifted Cane of Burna, you just have the ability to, you know, be invincible for a while. So one of the nicer location checks here is, of course, Mini Moldorm Cave. 5 items in the back of this cave. Ooh, the bow is one of them. And the hook shot. Very nice Mini Moldorm Cave. The bow will give, the bow will be a nice addition for when we get to Eastern and Pod. It is a required item to beat the game. Typically, you need it for the red mimics in Ganon's Tower at the bare minimum. And we also have Eastern Palace, I believe, was our red crystal. So and I believe, oh, did we have somebody deactivate Kat's flute? Oh, my favorite effect. You'll love to see it. The more deactivations, the more flute deactivations, the longer the game goes. I see some people in chat saying their favorite combinations. Like inverted controls. Inverted controls is actually pretty challenging. It's one of the more difficult effects to play with. I have been playing crowd control for a very long time, and I want to say inverted controls is one of the most challenging to actually play with. Oko and ice physics combination is another challenging one. If you're looking for things that you want to pair up with to make a, you know, a challenging run through a dungeon, then, you know, that's a nice effect as well. I'm sure they wouldn't think it was a nice effect, but don't worry, we're here for the entertainment value. So it looks like Kat's gonna be going to the back of Sahasrah's hut. And we also have now Willow is gonna be going to pick up her bow and her hookshot as well. So bottle in Sahasrah's hut means that we're able to now go to Sick Kid in Kakariko as well. Willow being able to use the flute. What is this sorcery? We need to change that. Ooh, Kat looks like she's making the play. Kat going to Eastern Palace to get Red Crystal. So Willow is doing dark, I guess the old man delivery. Going to go pick up the old man from the cave and head back through the cave. This is a little bit dangerous to do. You have, oh, there we go. You have, once you pick up the old man, you can't exactly, just save and quit out of there. So Willow needs to know the path so that she doesn't get stuck in there. Looks like she did just fine. Delivery of the old man got 20 rupees. So we have the hook shot. Oh, does Kat have... Kat must have inverted controls, I think. Inverted controls is a great effect. Ooh, and we got the big key in that chest, so we're going to be able to check the big chest along the way. Oh no, another item for Agnim on Willow's screen. We're literally just looking for the lamp at this point. And then we're gonna have to go see Aga. Don't worry, we don't have the moon pearl yet though. So still might not be necessary. Finding blue mail in Eastern, very early dungeon, nice find. Blue mail is gonna be helpful for, you know, that ice physics, those ice physics boss battles. You know what it won't help though? Oko. One hit KO. You can get all the mail upgrades that you would like, but you know, when it comes to one hit KO, unfortunately, that will not make a difference. So we have Kat going through another dark room here in Eastern. There's a small key that she's looking for, which she just got from under a pot. There we go. Through the door. Willow's flute is still active. What is happening? Chat, we need to fix that. Alright, into the shop we go. Willow's buying some bombs. Nice grab of the pot there. So Kat at, I guess it's probably half a heart, might be a quarter of a heart. So Willow going back to Mini Moldorm Cave. All right, here we go. Willow now getting bow, and then on the right side here is going to be the hook shot. All right, so key. Nice dark room clear for Kat. This doorway's a little finicky. You have to make sure that you're looking upwards if you're going to walk up into the door, because it's got a key. You can't just walk into it. Gotta kind of be looking the way of the door. So looks like we're heading towards our first boss battle. Boss battles are the perfect time to send effects. And just remember that because this is a restream, that there is a slight delay. So if you're trying to time effects, make sure to account for the fact that there is probably about a 5 to 10 second delay between what they are doing and what we see. If you want to time your effects pretty well, it's sometimes good to also have the runners' screens up as well, if you have the ability to do so. Alright, here we go. And nicely done! Armos is dead. And Willow back, you know, activating that duck. Perfect. You love to see it. Gotta make sure we have that duck going regularly. Hello, OBS. Do we have... Does Kat have the duck, though? That's the real question. I'm assuming not, because it looks like she might be going back to reactivate it. Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, yeah. I think it's deactivated. Perfect. Perfect. So Willow's going over to right side of, or what we call East Death Mountain, where there is a good 8 checks. There is 7 checks in Paradox Cave and then 1 in the Spiral Cave up on top of Death Mountain. Good place to go to find a lot of items relatively quickly. So hopefully we get something good. Maybe the Moon Pearl? Maybe the lamp. I'm hoping for the lamp, because I guess that's one step closer to Aga. Alright. So, flute for both of the runners are active again. You know what that means. We need to turn them off. So it looks like Willow found the Moon Pearl. Oh, nice. Ice physics. Oh, the ice physics affecting her jump. Or her attempt to set up the bomb jump. Unfortunately, making her fall all the way back down to the bottom. Which means, gotta walk all the way back up top. Also, we got, yep, Willow obtained the flippers. Which gives Willow a couple more checks. We have the our friendly gentleman under the bridge who we can go see, as well as the waterfall fairy and 1 item that Zora has nearby. We did not have the glove before, so that does put Zora in logic. Very nice, very nice. I've seen that flute deactivation. I'm very happy. We gotta see that duck. You know, gets left in that weather vane for so long sometimes. You gotta make sure that you get all of the ducks out of the weather vane. So we have, unfortunately, no boots. And we have ice physics for Willow going through Spiral Cave, which makes that relatively fun. Unfortunately, Spiral Cave, after all that, leading to just 20 rupees. But Willow did do the hookshot trick with getting a second heart there. Sometimes when you hookshot a heart, as well it works with Boomerang, when you hookshot a heart, sometimes there's a chance that you'll get a second heart from it. So, nicely done, picking up that extra health. And sometimes on Death Mountain, with all the you know, the cabbages and everything else falling from the sky, it's definitely worth picking up some extra health. Alright, so it looks like Willow's gonna be heading over to Tower of Hera. That is a pendant dungeon, but there is 2 items in there. I wonder if we can ice physics in the room with the bomb jump again. Ooh, small key though in the first room here. Which might mean if there's no big key, we might need to find the lamp. Oh! I take all that back! We found the lamp! So, Willow now heading into the basement. Gonna do a nice trick here. If you use the magic cape, you can hold the wall and you can pull against the wall. You don't drain your magic. You do get those invincibility frames though, which is pretty nice. So Willow's gonna be finishing up the waiting room here, getting that skull pattern in the tiles. So we already know what's gonna be in this chest down here. It's gonna be the big key. Oh, and the insta death. Oh, nice. Well, I hope you like the tile room here, because we're going back. So now they're both in the tile room. Oh no! Oh, that actually works. Woo! That was close. Two different strats employed here. Kat placed a bomb on top of the crystal switch, allowing her to stand on the pegs when the pegs rose, and that gave her invincibility frames, allowing her to just stand there and wait for, you know, all the tiles to finish going, and Willow using the cape. Kat unfortunately doesn't have the cape yet, so the only strategy that she can use is, you know, is unfortunately the bomb strat. Kat really tried to take that death warp, but those mini Moldorfs did not want to help out today. So we found one item in this dungeon so far. We've also found the big key, the small key so far. Left in this dungeon is going to be one more item, map and compass. So Willow tried to take the death orb as well. These mini Moldarms do not want to cooperate. Definitely don't want to assist. So Willow got stuck actually by those orange pegs being up. And what you can do if you have the What you can do if you have the bow, typically, is you are able to shoot at the crystal switch at the bottom by the entrance, if you get the placement correctly. Oh, we might have gotten some inverted controls for Willow. Inverted controls is pretty good, especially in the boss room here. Get inverted controls, ice physics. You got yourself, you know, some nice recipe for some nice recipe for Trolldorm to be a little trolly. So our second item in this dungeon is in fact the blue rupee. Got the map. And oh, both of them save and quit out of the dungeon. Uh-oh. Well, we're not even gonna say hi to Moldorm. Hopefully we come back. We gotta hope for that pedestal. So that they have to come back and we get to see Moldorm. Ah, yes. We get to activate our flute for the first time this stream. Ooh, Oko. Oko and ice physics being chased by guards. Oh no. And yes, reminder to the people in the chat that there are, if you'd like to, you know, give different effects to the different players, what you can do when you click on the wrench to bring up the crowd control extension is underneath the game where it says a link to the past randomizer. You can click on one of two icons, either Willow or Kat. There are two different icons there, and that is how you select, you know, which one of them you'd like to send your effects to. Willow is doing extremely well with that Oko. So now both players go in to see Sick Kid giving a little bit of, you know, health, giving a nice heart boost. And Willow again back at the flute location, activating the flute. We can't have that. There we go, and now we have webcams. Now we can see their reactions. But now, when you have effects coming in, you'll be able to see them go, oh no! I think this is our first time in Hyrule Castle, this game. Typically another very early place that you can check. One that I often leave until the very end of the seed. So we have Kat going into Hyrule Castle, Willow going to check what those flippers gave. So first check of Hyrule Castle, of course, a map. And our friendly gentleman under the bridge is gonna give us 20 rupees. Not too bad. Would be a shame if Willow lost, you know, 500 rupees or so on the way to Zora. It would be a real shame, and it would have to happen very quickly because we are like 10 seconds behind. It looks like Willow is in. Ooh, the glove. The glove is in the fairy. The waterfall cave. Fairy chests. Sell in Hyrule Castle, just a heart piece. It looks like Willow is going to make it to Zora. Kat now has to walk all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon so that she can check. There's one check in escape in the sewers. Willow getting a heart container from Zora. And nothing important on the ledge, so just gonna save and quit. We do have basically some pretty decent access to the Dark World at this point. We can go to Hype Cave, we can go to Thieves Town, do a whole bunch of other miscellaneous overworld checks. So I'm interested. It looks like Willow is going to be heading actually to do the Thieves Town area, Village of Outcasts. It's a pretty good strategy. I don't believe we have seen the back of Escape yet either. I think that is one location we also haven't checked. So we might get a map here. Willow might check to see what the crystals are that are required. Maybe. Maybe not. And looks like the item that is in the sewers is just a heart piece. So far, Hyrule Castle coming up a bust. Not what we were hoping for. But this is... yeah. Hyrule Castle is one of those dungeons that aren't mandatory unless you're doing like... I mean, even if you're doing all dungeons. You don't have to do Hyrule Castle, you just have to do Aga Tower. So... one of those things where it's like, oh, do you do it? Do you not do it? It's a pretty tough decision sometimes. So it looks like Skull Woods is a crystal. One of the newer additions to the rando is the ability for... oh my god. Was that Titan's Mitts in Skull Woods? Titan's Mitts in Skull Woods for Willow is actually really huge. That is all... that is like the ability to traverse and enter into any Dark World portal is pretty handy. And I forgot completely what I was saying before I got distracted by Titan's Mitts. And item in that is just a compass, but we have small keys, so looks like Kat is gonna be heading over and getting, I believe this was where the glove was, the first glove. Yep, she's picking up her glove right here. There it is. One of the unfortunate things. Oh, I see all that rupee draining. I see all that rupee draining. One of the unfortunate things for Kat is she's gonna go over here and Zora is gonna be like, you don't have enough money! Get out of here! And we get to see the reaction. Which is so great. You'll love to see it. Thankfully, the item at Zora was just a heart container, so not going to be anything too major. There's been a ton of hearts. One of the other things that you can actually do in crowd control is you can add or remove heart containers from the players. So it looks like Willow gonna be heading into Thieves Town here. Thieves Town has four items. and three possible item chests in the front. There's 4, but one is guaranteed to be a big key. So I'm just gonna say 3. One of those being compass, so now maybe gonna get 2 items in the front. Oh, we were talking about crystals. That's what we were talking about when I was. Well, Thieves Town is also a crystal, yes. Because we know that in you know, the newer rando update, there was this handy little letter added to the top left corner of the screen that tells us when you are in a dungeon whether it is a crystal or a pendant dungeon. Of course, that's not necessarily true with Key Sanity, but in this case, we're not doing Key Sanity, so we know Thieves Town and Skull Woods so far, both crystals. So both our runners are going to be heading into Thieves Town. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to high five along the way. Also, friendly reminder to chat that there is the ability to obtain free coins in the coins tab of the extension if you want to, you know, pool your effects together. If there's something that you can't activate on your own, put your coins into one of those things that you're hoping, and if everybody can pool their stuff together, then you know, we can help deactivate the flute again. Maybe throw some ice physics in there. Ooh, Willow getting Quake here in Thieves Town. So yeah, don't forget to pick up your free coins if you're a subscriber. There's also free coins in the subscribe panel, I believe. So don't forget about that as well. So Kat's gonna be heading up to the second floor here, gonna be getting the Quake medallion. Willow gonna be going into Blind Cell or the Maiden Cell. Pick up the Maiden. Also, probably hoping that this isn't a small key, but it is. So Willow, in fact, will be going over to check the big chest as well. There is still 2 items in this dungeon. We do have everything else. So, possibly good item. Maybe we'll find the boots. Nope, just powder. Powder is still pretty good, especially in crowd control. Because having the ability to use it on fairies and possibly get fairies into a bottle is pretty handy. One of the, if you want to help the runners, one of the things that you can do is you can actually get a bug net for them, so that if they are going into the boss, you know, and end up... Oh! Willow dying with blind in the room. Gonna have to walk all the way back. Unfortunately, the maiden doesn't stay there. Not in that situation. I don't think Willow actually got all the way into the room so that the boss battle could activate. Or looks like we're getting the two runners close together here. Oh, it did activate. I am surprised. I am surprised. I honestly didn't think that the boss battle had actually started. That was really close. Having that cape early, very, very helpful for this boss room. And very nicely done getting that crystal. I believe that is our first crystal for Willow, because I don't believe Willow has gone to Eastern yet. So will Willow map? I don't think we're gonna see a map. But we will see some hammer pegs, one at a time. You know what makes hammer pegs more difficult? Ice physics. Actually, you know what makes everything more difficult? Ice physics. Also inverted controls. But mostly ice physics. Willow hammering the chickens? Wow! Bullying chickens. And blind for Kat, also done. All right. So we have both runners doing different things. Whoa, sneeze. Sorry. I don't know if you heard that, but hopefully not. Hopefully my noise gate caught it. Willow using the flute. What is this? Willow still has the flute. We must change that. Kat going over to the digging game. What are we going to see? Unfortunately, Kat does not have the Titan's Mitt. So not going to be able to get back into Village of Outcasts. Gonna probably be heading over towards Hype Cave. Willow getting the mushroom from the smiths. And gonna be able to go into Magic Bat with the powder. Check another location there. So I still do not actually know what all of the crystal and pendant dungeons are for the players. So we don't actually know what we need yet. Willow flying off with the duck again. Gonna be delivering the mushroom now. Oh, there we go. Crystal Skull, Crystal Misery Mire, Red Crystal Pod, Crystal Turtle Rock, Pendant Swamp, and Green Pendant Ice Palace. So, well, that's handy. So we are definitely looking for the Cane of Samaria, because we need that for 2 dungeons. We're missing Fire Rod. Possibly Ether, depending upon if we need it for Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. Oh, but we found Cane of Samaria in Hype Cave. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Desert Palace is another one of those dungeons that we do need access to, which we don't either have the mirror or the book. Oh wait, we do have the book. Willow has the book. I must have missed that pickup. And question from chat, are they on the same seed? Yes. Both runners are racing the same seed. So looks like we need Bombos Medallion for Misery Mire. So we still have one medallion that's possible to be needed for Turtle Rock. We'll see. So Willow again using that flute. Heading over towards Desert Palace. Gonna use that book to enter. While Kat is heading over to Pod. Kat really needs to head to Skullwoods right now to get that Titan's Mitts. Because Titan's Mitts will lead to book, which is, well, technically Titan's Mitts will lead to Mushroom, which will then lead to book. But yes, do need to pick up Titan's Mitts if we need the book. Well, we could find the mirror and then we just don't need the book at all. Possibly, if there's nothing on the, if there is nothing on the tablets, then we might not need the book. So, no boots necessary for Desert Palace unless you want a heart piece. If people were hoping for 20 hearts, now the only way for Willow to get it is if you literally give her all of the remaining hearts that she needs. So there is still one item available in Desert Palace. We got the compass in the first chest of Pod. Our second item in Desert is just 50 rupees. So more rupees for Willow, which at the moment she really doesn't need. So Kat's gonna have to go around to... Kat's gonna have to go around in order to get some small keys in order to continue this dungeon. But she has everything that she needs in order to beat it. We've got the bow, the hammer, the lamp. Nice dodging. And I don't think I remember what was on the ledge for Desert Palace, but looks like Willow is gonna skip it, so it can't be anything too important. Yep, unfortunately no mirror, but you have the hammer, so yeah, there we go. Don't save and quit. That would be bad. So unfortunately, these beetles can be a bit of a pain in the butt if you're not moving fast enough. So we're gonna go to the back here. So typically in the front of Palace of Darkness, you're gonna have 4 keys, so it's often easier to just go to the back, see what's back here once you get the chest on the right side. So I believe there has to be an item in Harmless Hellway, which is the room that is directly below this, and Willow easily clearing that boss with Ice Rod. Just a breeze. 2 shots to each of the Landmo heads, and they are done. So that was a super quick, easy Desert Palace. But yes, there couldn't be a small key in there. There was a big key. But there couldn't have been a small key in there just because of the way key logic works. We already got the 2 small keys that could be in the back. So everything else back here should either be map or item. So this chest should be a map or the last item. There we go. So I believe the boss should have the map, because I think, oh no, there might be 3 chests in the front still. I can't recall if Kat had picked up the one that is the drop-down chest. I think we're struggling a bit on Willow's feed here. Oh, but we're back. So we're digging at the dig game. That's a lot of digs. There we go. Alright, looks like we need a small key, and then I think 1 more small key. No, the mirror! Oh, the mirror is great! Oh, that's an item you want. Alright, well, now Kat does not need to go and get the book. At least not for access to Desert Palace. So the mirror's in Pod. Pod is one of those nice locations to check when it is a crystal, only because it has 5 potential items. It is one of the denser populated item dungeons. You've got Pod with 5, Turtle Rock with 5, and then Swamp Palace with 6 that have kind of like the most that you're gonna find for dungeons, you know, that aren't, you know, Ganon's Castle or Hyrule Castle. So I believe the only thing now that Kat is really missing is going to Skullwoods. As soon as Kat goes to Skullwoods, gets that Titan Smith, we are going to be back on track with both the runners being around the same pace. So Willow looks to be heading towards Pod. Probably going to be getting that mirror. Depending upon the routing that Willow does as well, you could end up seeing some, you know, picking up the mirror earlier and then just mirroring at Big Chest, which is a little faster than having to walk all the way back. These little guys here are not cooperating very nicely. Into the boss room we go. For Kat, gonna be pulling out the hammer. You need to hit Helmasaur on the face 17 times. And then you gotta hit the jewel on Helmosaur's head. So, Kat has done Eastern. However, Willow has not done Eastern. So when Willow completes Pod here and has the mirror, we'll just be able to mirror back over to Eastern in order to complete that. I feel like at this point, Kat probably should be going to Skullwoods. But the other thing is, I think there's a couple more locations that Kat can still do in South Hyrule. Oh, really? We're losing a bit of Kat's feed at the moment. Oh. Alright, so looks like we are going... I'm pretty sure I thought that we had gone here. But maybe we had gone here for Willow? I know that Kat went to Zora, and Zora did not, in fact, give her anything because she didn't have enough rupees at that time. Oh no, we have not done this. 20 rupees. Still not enough though. Not enough to get Zora. Alright, go into desert. We got a Gina's cave that we haven't checked yet. For Kat. Then Skullwoods. Maybe? Alright, here we go. Use that bomb. So Willow also hasn't picked up the mirror yet. Didn't go back to the front. It is a little bit more challenging to get back to the front without the boots in sorry, not desert, in Pod. Because you, well, I don't want to say more challenging. It's just a little more time consuming because you can't just bonk across the gap in order to get over there. You have to walk around. And it can be less appealing than just going to the back where you know that there is a higher concentration of items. Because again, as we mentioned before, key logic in the front of Pod requires basically that there be four small keys there, so you're only gonna get like 1 or 2 items up at the front. Alright, so I believe this should be the Skullwoods play. Especially because Kat is, yeah, Kat would have to walk around to go to Village of Outcasts, but I think this is going to be Skullwoods into checking what the Bumper Cave ledge is. For Kat, Willow about to pick up the mirror here, which is going to lead to some interesting choices. Mirror does unlock Swamp Palace, but Swamp Palace is a pendant, so I don't know if that is something that she's looking to do. It is 6 checks. Well, sorry, it is 6 items, but again, it's not a mandatory dungeon, and typically Most players tend to skip Swamp Palace if they don't need it. Question in chat, being the same seed, are the items drops the same for both? The item pools for the enemies are the same as long as they have completed, like, as long as they have, I guess, killed the enemies in, like, the same order, then the item drops that they would get from the same enemy would be the same. If it makes... I'm probably explaining that very poorly, but there are specific things that you would get for killing a specific enemy in that item pool category. If they killed those enemies in that order, they would both get the same things from the same enemies. That is the best way I can explain it. Sorry, it's probably real bad, but... Alright, looks like Willow is also going to be heading to Helmasaur. Kat now has the Titan's mitts. So we are pretty even on items here. The only difference is going to be the book, which Willow got from handing in the smith to get the mushroom. And then mushroom to get book. Ooh. We have Helmasaur here. Everything on Willow's screen looking good. Just need a couple hits with that bow. Oh gosh, though. Helmasaur! No! Oh no! Helmasaur! Why? Bullying Willow! Willow's gonna have to complete that boss over again. This gives Kat a little bit of chance to catch up. Again, remember this is crowd control. If you'd like to help the runners, hinder them at all, you know, there's the fabulous extension that we have enabled here where you can, you know, get coins. You can either get some free ones, purchase some with bits, or you know, if you're a subscriber, you get some more free ones. And use those to pool your resources together in order to, of course, help or hinder these players. And remember, it's almost Christmas, so Santa's watching if you're being naughty or nice. Keep that in mind. Gotta even it out. If you've been hindering, maybe it's time to, you know, give a little bit of help. That way, you know, you stay on the good side, right? All right. Unfortunately, again, no boots for these hammer pigs. So we gotta do it relatively slowly. The nice thing about that is nobody gave ice physics, which is a rough thing when you're doing hammer pegs or dig game. Alright, here we go. Kat's gonna be getting the mushroom here. And Willow with take 2 on Helmasaur. So I believe Willow is still on green mail. So even though Samus is looking blue, that is still in fact actually the green mail. So Willow takes a lot of damage from this boss, but easily completes it. Nicely done. Another crystal obtained, so that is 3 crystals now for Willow. And she's going to be able to mirror and do Eastern with relative ease. Oh, lovely, Willow, you know, getting that wonderful, you know, ice physics effect, being able to experience true winter in A Link to the Past. Heading over towards the chest over here. Unfortunately, you know, ice physics making it rather difficult. These actually, a check here that Kat's doing is one that Willow had not done before because Willow unfortunately did not have the mirror at the time. There's a few things now. I think they might now basically be kind of overlapping in what they're doing. I feel like there's a couple things that Willow has done that Kat hasn't, and Kat's now doing a couple things that Willow hasn't done because of the mirror. So it'll be interesting to see where these two end up converging again. Looks like with the... I suspect that we'll probably see maybe swamp or ice play soon. After, you know, Kat completes desert and Willow completes eastern. I feel like one of those two are gonna be next. I think they can actually do Misery Mire in its entirety, because they have the ability to get into it, if I recall correctly. So the another question in chat: how do you use the crowd control extension to give something to Kat? If you go to the effects tab, there is the game listed up at the top, A Link to the Past randomizer. There should be a picture for Willow and then a picture beside it that says crowd control. If you click on the one that says crowd control, that is Kat's. So you're able to click that in order to send effects to Kat. There were some technical difficulties earlier, so Kat had to use the default crowd control profile, but that is Kat's. That is her, you know, button. I don't know how to describe it any better, but yes. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they decide to dip a pendant dungeon, or if they decide to just go into Misery Mire, or maybe go up Death Mountain. You know, they do have Titan's Mitts. They have the hook shot. They can check Turtle Rock entrance requirements, as well as check Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny Cave, all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of different things that they can do again. All right, I see. Do we have the flute active? The flute is active for both the players again. You know what would prevent them from going to Misery Mire? Having that flute active. Except for Kat, because she's already here. You know what would prevent Willow from going to Misery Mire? And that would be having the flute active. So Willow making the decision to go get the red bomb. Going to Pyramid Fairy. So we are still looking for Fire Rod. We cannot complete Skull Woods or Turtle Rock without the Fire Rod. And possibly Ether Tablet if it is something that is necessary for Turtle Rock. But we don't know yet, because we haven't been there. Another sword would be nice for them, but you know, chat can help with that, or they can suffer with Master Sword for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, nothing at the Pyramid Fairy, but throwing in the bottle to see what it is that we're gonna get, and it is a fairy. That is handy. We don't have the bug net yet, so if that's an easy way to get fairies to prevent deaths, that is going to be pretty good information. So I don't believe either player has gone to Catfish yet either, so Willow might be making, now that she's done with the pyramid, might be making the play to go over there. So Kat has the ice rod. I don't know if she's gonna use it though. Looks like we're going full sword. All right. Unfortunately, standing on an angle like that for Landmo is a little dangerous because the when Lamulus pops out of the ground, that does send rocks in the 4 diagonal locations. Oh, Willow dying! Oh no! But Fairy Revive, nice. Emptying out that bottle, getting it early, so that you know, she can't use that fairy later. It's a very, very smart play, chat. So Kat now has 4 crystals. Eastern Palace, Desert Palace, Pod, and Thieves Town. Same with Willow. And I suspect that I should see Kat going into Misery Mire here. With the Bombos Medallion necessary and having the lamp, Cane Samaria, and the bow, I suspect that we will see, yeah. And yes, that is another thing, that Willow's bottle is now empty. You are more than welcome to throw in a nice friendly bee. All right. So Willow gonna be saving, quitting, going back to the mountain. This will be a good time for Willow to check what is the Turtle Rock Medallion. And that is some pretty good information for her. That way she'll know whether or not she's searching for Ether or if it's just the Fire Rod at this point. Also, even if we do happen to find the Fire Rod for the last, you know, dungeon, Turtle Rock and Skull Woods, the other important thing to note is that if that is go mode, it'll be pseudo go mode, because we don't actually know if boots are required for the torch in GT. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well. We did see our first item in Misery Mire. It was 20 rupees. So there's 2 items in Misery Mire. And Super Bunny Cave, not leading to anything super spectacular. Oh, I see Kat's bombs mysteriously disappeared. Definitely gonna be a little bit more challenging on that Vitreous boss. Willow going through Hookshot Cave so far, not so good. Just a heart container in there, nothing really extra, nothing extraordinary. So let us see what the entrance requirement is for Turtle Rock. Is it Ether? It is Bombos. So it looks like we do have the ability to dip into Turtle Rock. Definitely can't complete it without the Fire Rod. But, you know, there is, you know, always that possibility that you end up with Fire Rod being in a trolley location, like on a Laser Bridge. Maybe something like Mimic Cave. So Kat needs to be really careful because she is fairly low on hearts. Alright, so we're gonna get the vanilla big key location here for Kat. Oh, wow! That is a Fire Rod location. Turtle Rock Fire Rod. So that is our pseudo go mode. We have the ability now to beat Turtle Rock. We have the ability to beat Misery Mire. We have the ability to beat Skullwoods. But do we need the boots? That's the big question at this point. Turtle Rock is another one of those high density locations. It has 5 items in it. So being able to full clear this dungeon possibly might be able to give Willow the boots if they're here. I think Kat is searching the inventory for the cane of Samaria. With 0 bombs, unfortunately, Kat is not going to be able to complete this. So, she needs to maybe check to see if there's a stun prize for the Stalfos. See if we can get a bomb there, or chat's gonna have to be helpful here. Give 1 single bomb. There we go. Bomb obtained. Alright, big key chest in Turtle Rock. Just a small key. Nothing super vital. But we'll probably see the runners continue to check, even when in go mode, continue to check for items. Finding another sword, especially for Trinex, Vitreous, though, you know, it's really, really helpful. This might be a little bit yucky because you can't hold out your sword while you have the Cane of Burna going, and Kat never went back up Death Mountain to grab the magic cape. At least doing a bunch of damage to these little eyeballs. About to run out though. Alright, now gonna have 7 arrows just to finish off the boss. Cat checking to make sure there's no fairies in her bottle. Got bees though. Everybody's got bees in their bottle. Nobody's letting go of the bees. That would be a wonderful effect. A bee swarm. I know it would be challenging because of sprite limitations, but oh, bees are great. So Kat is back in Misery Mire. I guess we didn't get all the items from here? Oh no! Willow died! With full hearts? Was that a chat death? Okay. I love the puns coming up from chat. Just gotta say. the puns are pretty good. About the bees. Alright, so Willow gonna be heading back over towards Laser Bridge and Trinex. There's our second item from Misery Mire. We did get one. Kat might be misremembering and thinking that there is one more item in here, but nope. Just 2 20 rupee chests, I believe. I don't think that you're actually able to get that chest without going and hitting the blue switch. Alright, small key for Turtle Rock. Nice. Are we gonna get another sword? That's the real question. Ooh, no extra sword. So we're gonna be going into Trinex with we're gonna be going into Trinex with Master Sword. Willow getting that, going outside for like half a second. If that death would have been a little bit earlier, Willow would have been killed outside and would have had to do the entire dungeon over again. So that was a really nice attempt. So we're gonna save the old man in the cave here on Kat's side. I believe the hint from Misery Mire is going to lead Kat to go and check Turtle Rock to see if the fire rod is there, which is a really, really good plan, especially because we know that, of course, the fire rod is in fact in Turtle Rock. However, you know, issue being that they both still have Master Sword. Oh, and the death for Willow with the fairy revive. Nice, nice. Has that fairy there for the backup for that specific reason. I also believe we're at half magic for Willow, so not too much of a struggle here. These heads just being a pain in the butt with the dodges, though. Oh, no! Willow ran headfirst into the boss. Oh, and the chat kill, too, on top of it. Oh, my gosh. All right, gonna be heading into probably Turtle Rock for Kat. I expect to see, again, checking the Super Bunny Cave, checking the Hookshot Cave, looking for that sword is probably one thing, and the fire rod for the other. All right, so take 2 for Willow. I expect to see this try next probably go a little smoother. There we go. Just, I believe, one more hit necessary for the... Yep, perfect. All right, now we got the fire rod side. Unfortunately, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get that one. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with that head there. Perfect. All right, now just the boss, the final part of the boss for Willow. Oh no! And Kat pressed the wrong order. Oh no! Oh, but the fairy revive! Oh yes, that's right! Willow picked up a fairy. Also, nice rupee count for Kat. And Willow picks up another crystal and looks a little stressed from the experience. Willow, I believe, still having an active flute. Now going to probably be heading over to... Oh, no. Heading over to Skullwoods, maybe? Are we oh, we're letting go of the duck! Oh, there must have been an unflute right at that same point that she used the flute. Alright, so Willow gonna be heading over to Misery Mire. I believe Willow has activated this before, yes, but not went in. So Willow's gonna be heading in, probably, maybe might just go and go mode the dungeon, because again, she has everything that she needs in order to beat the game, possibly. The only thing we're not 100% sure on is, of course, those boots. It would be handy to find another sword. Ganon is a lot nicer with Tempered Sword, but again, it's not necessary. Willow found the small key in the first chest. Oh no! Cat got stuck behind the pegs! And these chain chomps do not want to cooperate whatsoever. There's an empty bottle! Bee time! A sword definitely can be gifted to the player. So now they're just gonna be cleaning up dungeons. I suspect once we are, once we're done seeing Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, they're probably actually both gonna head to Skull Woods. We might actually see them both in Skull Woods at the same time. So Kat taking the second exit here in order to get that full magic refill so that she doesn't have to use the bottle. And I believe Willow, instead of searching for the rest of the dungeons, or searching the rest of the dungeon, is just gonna actually go straight to the boss. So that's gonna save Willow a bit of time in this dungeon. No silvers, only Master Sword, Vitreous Fight. Unless there is a sword upgrade in the works for either of our players here. Oh, I think Willow did not activate Spooky Action Glitch. Oh, baby. Oh, there we go. Wait, what? Was that tempered? Did Willow not check Mimic Cave? Oh, goodness. So one of the things, oh, and somebody gifted Willow silver arrows. That is gonna make this fight and the Ganon fight a joke. Now it's interesting because Willow is sitting there with Master Sword, but silver arrows, and Kat is sitting there with Tempered Sword. So that could even things out a little bit. Looks like Willow's gonna be heading to Skullwoods. We do know that both items from Skullwoods has already been found. So, or I believe it's been found. I know we checked all the chests that were possible, but I also believe we found both items there. It's been a while since we've been to Skullwoods. That poor beetle just got bopped off the edge. Hera, I think, is still looking for, or Kara, sorry. I saw Kara's name in chat and I said Kara instead of Willow. Willow is still looking for another sword upgrade. Also, shoutouts to our lovely tracker here, Kara Fruit, who has been fabulously tracking this this crowd control. I definitely would not have been able to do that myself, so super appreciated. And yes, if you are enjoying the race, make sure to check out the runners as well. Alright, here we go. We need 5 hits. Oh. 1 more hit. Alright, let's take care of the ice one now. 1, 2. Sometimes you only need 4. Sometimes you only need 4 tempered hits on the fire head. And I'm not 100% what causes that, or I'm not 100% sure what causes that. Maybe it's like a double fire rod hit or something that makes that possible. But yeah, sometimes you don't need that many. All right, so Kat now going to be finishing up Turtle Rock, getting that last crystal. All right, second last crystal. We still need Skullwoods. Willow heading back to the boss room. I believe was a chat killed. Also, don't forget there's cool effects like 1-hit KO that you know, make the Mothula boss fight a little bit of a pain in the butt because you gotta deal with all those spikes. Maybe some ice physics. I don't actually know how ice physics work with the conveyor belt anymore. I forgot. It's been a while since I've had that happen to me. Gonna powder the anti-fairy. Nice, nice. Anti-fairy and full hearts won't help you when, oh! Got bopped into the hand. Oh, now we got ice physics on both screens. It is winter. It's only proper that, you know, they both get to experience the full winter experience. So this room, dealing with ice physics is a little rough. Oh, but Willow does it! Nicely done! Willow makes it clear through that fire room and off to the boss. So now these two are just rooms away from each other. Oh. This room with all the spikes is not being very nice. Mothula staying up at the top here. And does not want to let Willow hit him. Alright, here we go. Now looks like Kat's gonna be heading into the same room. Willow picking up that last crystal. Now we got, do we have big key guessing game? I don't actually know the command for it. Oh wow, that was a really quick kill from Kat. That tempered sword upgrade really making a huge difference. Alright, Will Boots be on the pedestal. Will Boots be on the pedestal. Let's take a look. What's here? Is it? Oh no, it froze. I don't know what it is. What is it gonna be? Just Couch Cash. Oh, well, unfortunately, not Boots. Darn. Hang on a second. What was that sword that I saw? Was that Master Sword? Oh yeah, it was Master Sword. For a second, I thought that I saw Butter Sword. Alright, so the important thing that you have to remember when you're doing crowd control is once you get all 7 crystals and you're going up Ganon's tower, make sure you save and quit. Do not flute to Death Mountain until you've saved and quit. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. I don't remember if either of them have done that, but yes, it is very important to make sure that you are saving and quitting, or you could end up soft locking, and then if you have to reset, you could lose your progress. So just PSA for anyone who's doing crowd control ever. Alright, so looks like Willow might be the first one over to GT. So we have multiple different paths that we could take. I don't know which one uses, or which route, or I don't know which route either of them uses. Hello, English? So it could be interesting to see which way they go. I always guess chest number 7, because I just do. And we normally see people go right, do those first 2 checks in Hope Room, and then go over to the torch. So we got 1 small key and a big heart container. We got a big heart container and a small key on the other side. Alright, do we need boots? We do not need boots. No boots necessary. As long as you don't open up the door in the middle there, no boots necessary. It's 4, 5, 6, and not chest number 7. So we're gonna move on to the fire bar room, it looks like. So Sun Prize, by the way, is 10 arrows. That's good to keep in mind in case you are trying to remove arrows from the players. Kat now is aware of the Sun Prize, but I'm not sure if it's something that she's gonna keep in mind or maybe something to, you know, that they're gonna hold on for later. I don't actually know if Willow has seen it yet, but yeah, knowing that the Sun Prize is 10 arrows is actually very good information to have. Still, no big key. We're about to head to Rando Room. A room that you typically only ever see in randomizers because there is only ammo upgrades in here. In the vanilla game. Alright, we're up to 13. So one of the most challenging effects in crowd control is inverted controls. It is one of the more difficult ones in order to figure out like how to use. You'll typically see people map multiple times because they're so used to having their sword button be where the map button ends up being. It's pretty fun. Inverted controls, inverted D-pad, inverted buttons. Those are pretty fun. Swapping buttons and D-pad is also another fun one. So we're gonna see Kat do the bomb jump instead of the path that Willow took. Needs to be a little bit farther back in order to set that up. Unfortunately, Willow not having any arrows going into the Ice Armos fight means swords for the win, or can use the Cane of Burna. It is another viable strategy for Ice Armos. You can literally hold them in the top corner of the room so they can't move, and just make sure that you kill them there. It's one of the easier strats. I'm very much enjoying seeing all of those beers. So typically the Ice Armos will not advance their like pattern here until they all get into position. Now they're both mapping. Alright, so 2 Ice Armos remain. So Kat needs to back up a little more. Oh no, Willow is really low on health. Time to pull out that Cane of Burna. Don't do it. Oh no. Oh no. Once you start getting squished like that, it is a bad time. Oh, but has the fairy. Oh, nicely done. Oh, see, once you start getting hit by Ice Armos, it's a little bit challenging to recover from it. Willow has a good pattern down now for that final Ice Armos. There we go. I believe that is chest number 16. Typically, you'd see the vanilla big key be in the middle chest in that room. But because, you know, it is a randomizer, the chest is randomly placed somewhere else. So this room right there with the spikes that Willow was just in is a terrible room to have one-hit KO on. It makes that room significantly more challenging. And now without any arrows, Kat is gonna have a really difficult time getting through this next room. Considering you literally need arrows to progress. So if Kat remembers correctly, or if Kat remembers, there is arrows from Sunprise. So all Kat needs to do is stun Astolphos and kill it. But I think that Kat is going to instead elect to go to right side and... Yeah, unfortunately, the Cane and Burn It does not work exactly as the cape does. And because Kat never went inside of Spectacle Rock, Kat doesn't actually have that cape. So there is arrows in here, but you do have to kill the enemies. Oh wait, there's arrows in here, yeah, but they're in the skull that is blocked by that teleporter. Alright, so we're going outside. We don't have the shovel, so we're not going to be able to dig. What is the plan? What is the plan? Going into Tower of Hera. I think we're going back into GT. And Willow is going to Landmo. Number 2. Alright. We got some arrows, and Willow now has ice physics, which will make this next room a little more interesting. So this room is a little dangerous that Kat is in right now because really low on health, but thankfully, we just clear it like that. Getting 4 or 5 arrows from that mimic drop is super beneficial, but this room can be a bit of a pain in the butt when not having silvers. Willow is really low on health at the moment. There we go. All right, getting a whole lot of magic though. Look at that. Those enemies just drop in a ton of magic. So Kat is opting not to go and grab any fairies. To be fair, I don't think she has the bug net. Alright, so we have 2 chests up here. Possibility of finding another sword. Oh, there it is! So now we are desperately needing for Kat to find silver arrows in order to even the playing field. But that would require silver arrows to need to be in one of these 2 chests that Willow is doing, or chat needs to be generous. Oh no, but Moldorm getting upset. Moldorm was upset that they were left behind, and oh boy. Just not being nice. But Willow kills it. Oh no! Willow getting killed by chat. Oh, but the fairy. Willow has a fairy at least. She is safe for now. Just ignore the fact that there is darkness under the ground. It's fine. For now. But I believe that means that death is now unimpeded. No silver arrows for Willow. Or, well, no arrows. Arrows can easily be obtained. But currently at the moment, Willow has no ammo. We're gonna go into the... We're gonna go into the Agatu fight with Willow. Cat, ooh, taking a death, but thankfully having a fairy there. That was a nice setup for that pattern there. But unfortunately, every time Willow gets into position, Aga is sending out the blue balls instead. And there we go. Aga 2 is now down. Are we going into the Ganon fight with 4 arrows? Oh no! And the death! It's important though, when you complete GT, make sure also to save and quit the same way you would going up GT. Otherwise you can end up soft locking and it's bad times. So one of the other strategies in crowd control is that players will often, if their arrows are taken away, will often go to the fairy that gives the ammo upgrades, because that fairy will actually refill your ammo if you buy 1 set. So both players have a lot of rupees and can just go and buy 35, then 40, then 50 arrow, or 45, then 50 arrows from the pyramid, or from the, what, not the pyramid fairy, the other one. The one in Lake Hylia that I keep forgetting, the upgrade fairy, I guess we'll call her for today. So unfortunately, doing the removal of arrows probably won't be too it won't have as much of an impact on the fight as something like, for instance, ice physics, inverted controls on Ganon. Because removal of arrows can kind of be overwritten by infinite ammo. So you know, throw in some ice physics, throw in some one-hit KO, throw in some inverted controls, and you got yourself a fancy Ganon fight. And look, they're both in the Ganon fight at the same time. But you can see the difference that Butter Sword versus Tempered Sword makes. Tempered Sword still has like a significant, upgrade versus, you know, Master Sword. But yeah, it's a huge difference. So Ganon will have the same amount of teleportations. They're on different patterns right now because Willow got an extra cycle with the Fire Bat phase, or the first phase, I can't remember, one of those two. But they'll both have the same amount of teleports, so Willow should stop right away. Oh no! Oh no, ice physics on, oh no, Fire Bats with ice physics is not fun. Oh, and Cat also with the ice physics! Dangerous. Sometimes it's better to just wait out the effects than trying to fight the boss. Otherwise, you'll end up in a situation where you're getting, you know, bullied by the boss. Oh no! Willow taking that first death. We do have, though, the fairy. Oh, wow, that was a huge bonk. It is really challenging to do ice physics while also having no silver arrows. So I don't think Willow has realized that she has infinite ammo. So no, I don't think the arrows will be being used at the moment. Ooh, that was close. Ganon was right on top of Willow. Alright, ice physics has run out for both players at this point. Oh no, it was a little too early for Cat. Oh, there we go. Willow has figured out that she has silvers, and that will be a G. G for Willow. Well, as long as she makes it to the... As long as she makes it to the stairs. Yo, grats to Willow. That was super close. That was great. Let's get some GGs in the chat for Willow. Let's see. I believe I have invited Willow to the voice chat so that she can chat with us for her post-race interview. Ooh, that's some low health. think Willow has gotten her invite. And Kat gonna be on the next phase. Arrows in Swamp Palace. Interesting. Oh, nice. Oh, though we do not have silver still, so we still have to do the See, this is slightly dangerous, only because I don't know if we have any fairies at the moment. Somebody give Kat a fairy. Just in case. Alright, so we're gonna need 12 hits, 12 spins with the butter sword. I actually have lost count with how many it was. I have, Alright, looks like we are getting Willow into voice chat in just a moment. Yo! And that is a GG for Kat as well. That was so close! Like both of these runners getting their dones in relatively close to each other. I'm trying to now invite both of them into the channel for their post-race interview.
Hi.
Hello, Willow. GG to both of you.
Thank you. That was a really close race.
It was incredibly close. You both fell into the Ganon room and had the text going at the same time. It was.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It looks like, at least according to Kara over in chat, that silvers didn't seem to be purchasable for Kat.
Oh.
Did I win again because of that?
You were the silver arrows were the difference between the fight.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, because I know Kat was stuck somewhere, and I had to fight Ice Armos with no arrows. Just hacking away with a Master Sword.
Yep. You skipped Tempered Sword. It was in Mimic Cave.
I did. It was in. I skipped Mimic Cave. I skipped Mimic Cave because I didn't want to die in the overworld when I was in the middle of Turtle Rock, and I fell behind the whole race. Like, I felt behind.
You guys, were both neck and neck, basically the entire time. You actually were a little bit ahead at one point because you had found the Titan's mitts early.
Mm-hmm.
And then you both ended up finding them, you ended up kind of converging at one point, and yeah, no, it was very close for most of it, but you were not behind at all. You were if at points you were ahead by a very small margin.
I know that I got lucky in Turtle Rock. Because I was up there anyways. I just did Super Bunny Cave. I was thinking I'll check Turtle Rock. Maybe I can get the first couple chests in there. I know that I'm still looking for Fire Rod. Boots, if they show up, which who knows where Boots are? Probably one of the pendant dungeons. And that first chest, opening it up with Fire Rod there, and then on my way back to Ganon, stopping in at the Pyramid Waterfall just to get top off on fairies, I think saved me.
Also, welcome in, Kat. GG to you as well.
GG, Kat.
Thank you. Yep. No, I just had to unmute myself.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, no, you both did so good. It was great. It was a great race to watch.
Yeah. Any CC where it's the difference is less than 5 minutes, I'm happy with.
Yeah. I think like the difference for most and chat was saying as well that like it was honestly you guys were probably like 30 to 45 seconds away from each other at any point in time.
I heard in the interview that she got early mitts. Yes,
that is correct. She did.
Oh.
And you got the mirror first.
Wow.
It was interesting. Because you both had done like different routing, but like in a way it didn't really matter because you both had to go to the same places anyways. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I have a question. Willow said she found book.
Yes.
I never
Mushroom.
got into desert that way. I never found book.
Yep. It was Willow did desert while you were doing I think it was Eastern and Pod, or no, it was just Pod because Willow did Eastern and Pod as a combo.
Yeah, I did them separate by a lot.
Yeah.
Book was Breadsmith,
like an hour apart.
Mushroom.
I did them like an hour apart.
Yeah. It was pretty great. No, it was a fun watch.
I got so lucky, like 3 different times I hit the flute, and as the sound is going, I hear the notification that someone disabled my flute. Like 3 different times they disabled it right after I hit it. So I decided, well, if they just disabled it, I'll just go back to Kakariko right now and re-enable it.
Notice when it happened to me because I'm playing with sound off, completely off.
Oh no!
So I couldn't get any of the alerts. Because I only had like an hour to set up for my stream, so I couldn't get the pass-through audio going.
I definitely was not encouraging the use of flute deactivation the entire time during the race. You won't be able to go back and watch the VOD and prove otherwise.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was a fabulous race. It was really interesting because like Willow, you went to Mizumar, you had silvers before then, and Kat unfortunately did not have
I
silvers.
did not have silvers, and then I got ice physics to miss torch glitch, so I'm just like, nope, this isn't happening, and I just walked off and tried again.
Yep,
Yeah.
I didn't get torch glitch. I just ran around while Ganon spit bats at me in the dark because I had nothing else to do. I could not do it. And then I noticed, because I was in the heat of the battle, I missed that somebody gave me infinite arrows.
Yep.
So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, this is like my one chance to win. Let's do it.
I wonder where the boots were.
You had to be in a pendant dungeon, right? Unless they were, because you did Pendant 45, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ice Palace or Swamp Palace has to be. Also, Willow, I was just saying Moldorm was getting their revenge on you for you abandoning Tower of Hera without completing it.
I did that too.
Nice.
No,
I did that too.
Yeah, so Moldorm, when it knocked you off the edge, I was like, oh, that's for not going and completing Tower of Hera.
That happened. I noticed that my controls were inverse. I was like, oh god, figure it out. I'm over the edge.
Okay.
Yes, you were also really lucky that the kill for you while you were dropping the maiden off didn't happen literally 1 second earlier, because you would have had to do the whole thing over again. That was...
Yeah, I was really lucky there, and I was really lucky that I was like 3 seconds early from getting the kill for when I went out of the safety cave for Turtle Rock was like 3 seconds late.
Yeah. I noticed it too.
I looked up where the boots were.
Where were they?
We weren't getting them. It was an Ice Palace big chest.
Oof, we're not getting them.
Nope, we're not getting those.
Nope.
So I just learned how to do spooky action like 2 nights ago. And as soon as I start heading to Misery Mire, I see Carafruit has taken 10 bombs from you. I'm just like, she's gonna make me do it, isn't she? Gonna make me do spooky action. Okay, fine. We'll do it. Hopefully.
I thought that was funny. We got this seed after you had taken all the time to learn Icebreaker and Diver Down.
I know. We learned how to do both, and then we didn't even step foot in either one.
I was really wondering if it was going to be like your swords were in Ice Palace and Swamp Palace, so I'm really glad that wasn't the case.
I'm just glad one of them was in Ganon's tower.
Yeah. I almost didn't grab that. I almost didn't grab it.
I was too scared
too about not grabbing those 2 chests in GT.
I mean, you would have both. But yeah, you would have both then had the tempered sword, but then not having the silver arrows. Like, I feel like the butter sword was a little bit nicer in the beginning phase, but without silver arrows for the final phase, it made. And then ice physics and everything is just woo. It's a rough battle.
Yeah.
I was trying to convince
controls.
I was trying to convince chat to throw in Oko and inverted controls with the ice physics, but they weren't listening to me.
Well, it looks like they didn't need Oko for me, because one of those Ganon bats hit me like 4 times. I went from full to 1 heart. And I still didn't hit him.
Yeah. At least for the Ring of Bats phase, Gold Sword kind of makes it super cake.
Yeah.
That phase 2 Ganon, that's usually the rough one for me.
Same.
Especially for like Master Sword phase 2 is fucking stupid.
I was terrified of having to do Ganon with Master Sword. So I was checking every chest. I was checking every chest upstairs just in case there was a sword up there. And I'm so glad it paid off.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. If I'd had Red Sword, I would have skipped all those chests just to try to pull ahead a little bit more. And I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, it was funny because I was like, oh, maybe Willow will find a sword in these chests. Boom, find sword. Oh, okay. Well, it was also like Tower of Hera. You went into Tower of Hera. I don't remember who was in there first, but you both were heading there like relatively. I think you're both in there at the same time. So I was like, well, looks like small keys in the basement, and they don't have a fire source. So looks like they're gonna have to find a fire source or get the big key in the next chest.
Dang,
find the lamp. Yeah. All right, I guess we're going to the basement. And it was great because
I like that part.
You were both in the basement at the same time, and you're both using completely different strats for how to deal with those tile rooms.
Oh,
tiles.
What
strat did you use, Kat?
I was just kind of smashing him near the bottom, and eventually, when it was getting near the end, I chucked a bomb over to the switch and just stood on the pegs.
Gotcha. I did neutral grab cape.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the tracker.
Oh, I never had cape.
Cape was in Spectacle Rock.
Yeah. Inside Spectacle Rock.
In Spectacle Rock. I checked the top of Spectacle Rock. I never checked inside. Yep.
Yep. I went in the cave as soon as I got up there, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, I want to see what you got now. Cool. Oh, you got the net too. You got the net.
I was gifted the net.
Stuff. Oh, you were gifted the net. Okay.
I was gifted the net and silvers.
The net from. It's so apparently what they couldn't buy me silvers. That doesn't matter. I don't need silvers.
It's the only reason I've won both races, both against you and Saku. The only reason I've won is because it glitches out and y'all can't buy silvers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that did happen during our race, didn't it?
I know how to fix that.
Well, that doesn't help you now.
Doesn't help me now. That doesn't help me now. But now I know that happens. I'd forgotten that happened in your guys' race.
Clearly, it's my purple hearts. It's the only thing to say.
I noticed your purple hearts don't apply to the end part here.
Yeah, that is weird.
Does it normally when you?
I don't.
On my save file, they show up as empty. They just show up as empty hearts.
They show up as empty hearts.
From the end file, it shows up as red.
Yeah. I don't know if the color changes on the hearts during, like, even with the other changes.
The normal ones should, but the purple hearts were a hack.
Oh.
Yeah, purple hearts are a BPS patch that I gave Willow.
Yeah, it gave me purple hearts.
We were, somebody had asked, I think that you had gotten a little hecked on the Turtle Rock pegs, Kat. And,
oh yeah, I went and just hit the wrong one. I'm like, oops.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it made me think, I was like, oh, did we turn on that April Fool's?
That cursed feature? Yeah.
The April Fool's thing where you can randomize the pegs. Yeah, it was a great race to watch. You guys did fabulous.
I had a blast. I had so much fun.
Yeah. Gotta do more of these.
Yeah,
I'm always down.
I'm
always
great.
down to play more Link to the Past.
So
gotta mix it up.
Thank you to both of you for inviting me and allowing me to commentate your race.
Woo!
Thank you for doing so.
Best commentator, Sakura.
Obviously, best commentator, Saku. Saku, do you play SMZ3 at all?
Terribly.
Sweet, me too. We should race crowd control SMZ3.
Oh my god.
I can't even race the regular game. It takes me like 6 hours to beat it.
Just make sure we book a big time slot.
Yeah, just book, make sure it's 10 or plus hours for when I get stuck in Super Metroid for 20 years.
Book the whole evening.
And look, I've literally never done Super Metroid crowd control, so it'll be a learning experience for the both of us.
It's really hard.
To be fair, I have never done Super Metroid or I've never done Super Metroid Link to the Past crowd control for it either. So I can barely beat the regular game.
Let's go.
I mean, if crowd control allows me to just like laser beam Fantune with no problem, I'll be Omega happy. Then I'll play it.
Give me the
ability to plasma Fantune and through crowd control, and I will be perfectly fine with doing it.
Oh my god.
Hey, yeah, the default pricing, 500 coins for Hyper Beam for a minute. There we go.
Okay. There we go. Okay, well then, you know what? I might actually consider it.
Just gotta be careful. Make sure, like, Fantune isn't one of those random enemies that's immune to Hyper Beam.
Wouldn't that be
that's
like...
the thing.
Oh, no.
Okay, if you take Hyper Beam into the room at the very beginning where they have the green space pirates that just shoot little squiggly lines at you.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, like some of the first enemies you see. Those enemies are immune to Hyper Beam for no good reason.
Wonderful.
Like,
I
a bunch
love
of
it.
random enemies just aren't harmed by Hyper Beam.
Oh, sweet.
And
The best part of the randomizer. Randomize whether
Yeah.
or not the enemies can take damage.
Oh, God.
Oh. Oh, that was great. Yeah, no, I'll try to get good at Super Metroid so that
I'll try much the same.
so that we can do it one time and maybe not have it take 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
There are some very bad spots in that game for me.
Oh, I just looked at our time on this. 2:03 and 2:06 on a crowd control. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's not bad at
I'm
all.
really happy with 2:06 for a crowd control. That's amazing.
yeah, it was really good.
I'm really surprised I didn't walk out the door to Oko chicken ice physics.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I was. I'm usually at the pushing the 3-hour mark with crowd control, but that was a very kind seed, though. That was a very kind seed.
It was a very kind seed.
And chat was nice most of the time.
Most of the
time. The things that really got me hard were taking my arrows in GT. I don't know where to get more arrows for that. I know that there's somewhere in the basement that's got arrows. I don't remember where, and you can dig outside.
So, do you want the answer to that? Do you want to know what your easiest way to get arrows was?
Well, the other easy way is to clip through the wall in the room that's got the mimics. But what am I supposed to do then?
Arrows was actually your stun prize.
Oh, was it my stun prize?
Yeah, when you killed, I found that out literally like 2 minutes beforehand because you had hook shot a Stalfos and then killed it with the hammer. And it gave you 10 arrows, and I said, all right, this is something good to remember later when they're looking for arrows. And then you went outside, and I'm like, oh no, she forgot the stun prize.
Oh
no, did I even kill anything stunned? I mean, I
don't think you did.
What? Okay, I feel like the basic drop was bombs because I was getting bombs off of everything.
Everything. Just bombs raining from the sky.
There was a lot of bombs. Yes.
That got me. Actually, that was probably the worst thing. I did get my bombs taken in Meyer basement, but someone gave me another bomb fast.
I was really happy that I kinda sorta understand how to do spooky action because my bombs were taken immediately and I was thinking,
oh no.
Okay, I've used the fire rod 4 times. I'm either out of the state and don't know it, or I'm just messing this up. So I'm gonna keep trying until I have no magic, and if that's the case, I'm gonna sit here and wait for bombs. Frick.
Yeah, I did not. That was it. That and missing torch glitch obviously took 2 minutes to recover from.
Missing the torch glitch would have killed me if I hadn't been given infinite silvers. It's the only thing that saved me on that Ganon fight. Else I would have walked off the edge too.
It was a very close race, and it was an honor to be able to commentate for you both.
It was great having
you.
The
honor was mine.
Yes, it's ours.
Being able to commentate for 2 of my really close friends. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're both fabulous.
That was a lot of fun. So are you. That was a lot of fun. And I'm sure you helped make it fun by making them heck the hell out of us.
Who, me? I would absolutely never ask for chat to give you the full winter experience by providing you with ice physics regularly.
I bet.
Nope, not me. Must be somebody else. But yeah, thank you both so much for running this. I'm gonna wrap up the
Cool.
interview here. So thank you both so much for running this. It was a lot of fun. You had a really tight, close race, and I hope that you're able to, watch the VOD back and see how close you both actually were, because it was a lot of fun. And
oh yeah, I definitely will be. I can't wait to see it.
those of you in the chat, if you would be so kind to, give the runners a follow. They both did a fabulous job. Also, shout outs to our fabulous tracker here, Kara Fruit, as well, for, being able to keep you both, or you all, up to date on what the items are that were being picked up, as well as, pendants and crystals and all that fun stuff, as well as the, medallions requirements for the bosses, or for the dungeons. And yeah, if you haven't already followed Speed Gaming has a ton of cool and exciting speed runs of a lot of different games. So, keep following these channels. Speed Gaming has a ton of different, Speed Gaming 1, Speed Gaming, and then Speed Gaming 2 through 6, as well as language channels as well. If you speak multiple languages, they have, of course, French, Spanish, German, and Portuguese. So don't forget to follow those as well.
Wonderful.
And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, bye. Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Whoops.